boy brain waves. We're going to give you an update to the Stephen Twitch boss, Allison Holker situation. For those of you that don't know, I cover updates to a lot of these situations, these mysterious deaths, situations that seem unexplained. We have unanswered questions. And so currently, I'm going to talk to you all about this particular situation. What is this situation? The latest update on the Stephen Twitch boss scenario is he has left us with no will and testament. There are no papers. And so Miss Allison Holker is seeking control of half of his estate. We're going to talk about this. We're going to break this down. There's a lot that I need to explain to you all. There's a lot that I'm going to pose, some of which that I'm going to bring up is going to be extremely triggering to some of you all. But for those of you that know, I have been following this case since the onset. I have been providing tons of evidence that is available to us. I have proposed a lot of situations and perspectives, and that's what I do here on this channel. My name is Brainwaves. Look up behind me. I'm going to get you to think, all right? So if you don't want to think, you might want to leave because I'm here to educate people and get people to think about scenarios and perspectives and consider things that perhaps maybe they did not think about. That's what we do around here. So we're going to get into this and we're going to talk about this update. This is a big one. This is a big one. This is a big one. And when I propose to you some details about the reasons why this is taking place, some of you might lose it. But nonetheless, we're going to get into it. I will show you the official information, the official reports in just a second. For those of you that are here and new, I kindly ask that you subscribe, hit the notification bell, get the likes up, people. Get the likes, get the likes, get the likes. Smash that like button. It's free, and it literally only takes seconds to do. All right? I'm going to go ahead. If you're here, please say hello to me in the live chat. I try to generally say hello to as many people as I can. Obviously, I can't get to every single person, but I try to get to you all as best as I can. So now's the time to reach me. Also, if you would like to be a co-host currently on this show, that means you can come on here. I will run and do all the hard work, but all you have to do is sit on here, look pretty, and share your perspectives. That's all you have to do. And I can have multiple co-hosts on here, by the way. Please let me know in the live chat. A couple of house rules: no disrespect or trolling towards me, towards anyone in the live chat. We don't do that here. If you do, you're going to get kicked, timed, banned out, blocked, all the above. And I just might make an example of you. You don't want someone by the name of Brain Waves to make an example of you. All right? Let me go ahead and say hello to those of you that are in the chat. Again, if you would like to be a guest co-host, please let me know. Again, I can have multiple people on at the same time. What's going on, Maryland Edwards? How you doing? What's going on, Mary? Got Mary Rotello in the building. What's up, Toby? Toby's here. Hey, Renee. What's going on, Renee? I got Sherry in the building. What's up, Sherry May? Let's see who else is in the building here that I did not already address. We got Norma in the building. That's what's up. Norma's here. Yes, we got Norma in the building. We got Miss Phyllis Smith here. Yeah, I'm doing better. I've been busy, Miss Phyllis Smith. I've definitely been busy, so that does help. But I have my moments. But right now, I'm trying to stay focused so I can get you all this content and stay on task, and then I can do whatever I'm going to do afterwards. Hey, Judy Reed. What's going on? Let me see who else is here. We're going to get started very shortly. What's up, SSL? Got Kyra Knowles in the building. What's going on with Nita Martin? Got Belinda Mason in the building. How you doing? What's going on, Medusa? We'll see how many people actually show up here. Nonetheless, I'm about to get started with the information, okay? So I want you all to observe and take a look at what we have. I'm going to deliberately show two videos containing somewhat of the same information. So I need to put this out here up front. This may seem repetitive for some, but I'm deliberately doing this, okay? So what we're going to do is, I want to make sure that I have this here for you all. And we're going to go ahead and put this on the screen. Okay, this is what we're about to get into. So this information here is going to come from ET. All right. And we're going to go ahead and take a look. Okay, I'm going to turn the music down. Okay, and let's go ahead and get into it. I want y'all to listen, all right? This is the official report of the information so that people know that this is not a clickbait story. Okay, everything that you see, for those of you that are new, everything that you see in the title and the thumbnail, I show it. I provide it. Okay, so let's get right into it.
Stephen Twitch Boss's wife, Allison Holker, is dealing with the legal aftermath of his death by suicide. According to court docs obtained by ET, Twitch died without a will, forcing Allison to file a California spousal property petition in LA. This is a routine procedure where the surviving spouse has to file a petition to prove that they are the spouse of the person who died. For the court filing, Allison requested Twitch's half of Stephen Boss Productions and his Goldman Sachs investment account, as well as royalties from a number of companies where Twitch earned income. According to the docs, Allison is asking for a determination of property passing to the surviving spouse, as well as confirmation of property belonging to the surviving spouse. Twitch and Allison tied the knot in 2013.
I have the sweetest husband in the entire world.
In the weeks following Twitch's suicide in December, the Dancing with the Stars alum shared an emotional tribute on Instagram, writing, "To my husband, best friend, babe, Cheechalker, Superman, and father of my children. I love you forever and always."
The way we approach life is we kind of look at life as being our playground. So we like to try new things.
Allison and Twitch have 2 children together, 6-year-old son Maddox and 3-year-old daughter Zaya. Twitch is also dad to Holker's 14-year-old daughter Wesley from a previous relationship.
We love the Full House, and also just like family, man. Like honestly, they're my favorite people. You know what I mean?
Allison added that they will forever remember Twitch as a true beacon of light, before thanking him for the memories and beautiful life they shared together.
I feel like we connect a lot through dance, so it's just sometimes fun, like to have a partner in life that I can also dance with. It just makes every single day so fun.
Allison later shared this clip dancing around the house with Twitch, alongside the caption, "Our love language." And a source previously told ET how she is keeping Twitch's memory alive for their children. Quote, "Allison is making sure that all the kids know how much their daddy loves them, that he is still with them and his spirit is still flourishing, that this has nothing to do with them and that they can do things to help keep his spirit alive."
All right, so that, as you all have seen, is the ET video. Okay, I just want to show you where it is. You all can see the footage for yourselves there as well, but obviously for convenience sake, you have it here. And then what I want to also do is I'm going to show you all another source here. Okay, so you're going to hear, as I mentioned earlier, somewhat of a repetitive type information, but they say a couple of different things. So I'm deliberately doing this on purpose, okay? I just want you all to know that, for those of you that are just now joining me. And by the way, if you're just now joining me, come on in, smash that like button, and let's get right to it, okay? So we're going to take a look into this video. Again, like I said, some of it's going to be repetitive, but there are bits and pieces of slightly different information from both sources, okay? All right, so here we go. Okay, so I want to back this up. I'm going to back this up, all right? And I want to bring up some points first before I back it up, okay? I just, oh my goodness, I just have to bring some things up. Now, for those of you that are new, you're late to class, so to speak. Okay, so if you're just now coming here and this is the first video you have ever seen with me talking about the Stephen Twitch Boss situation, please make a mental note that I've extensively covered this situation since the onset, back since December when it took place. Okay, and I've explained a lot. I provide a lot of information, a lot of details, a lot of perspectives, et cetera, leading up to this point. I've established certain things. I've mentioned certain things. I've brought up certain things about roles and behavior and people's involvement or lack thereof, all surrounding Twitch. Okay. So you have to keep that in mind for those of you that are new and this is your first time hearing me talk about this, before you come to some type of conclusion about what I'm saying, because all of that information is not being included in your thought process unless you're one of the individuals that did previously see that. So if you have not, I highly suggest that you go back and see that. It's a reason why you come to my YouTube channel, you will see Stephen Twitch Boss. His video is pinned as one of the main videos that will play. Okay. Nonetheless, we already have questions, as previously mentioned, about what happened to Stephen Twitch Boss. And there was already this conversation about money that came up about Stephen Twitch Boss with the onset of us finding out. And then all of a sudden we saw Columbus Short, you know, the actor, the dancer, actor, however you would decide to refer to him as. He came out and he put the video from his social media talking about this potentially could have been over some type of money deal, perhaps cryptocurrency or some type of investment gone wrong. I mean, that's speculation. We don't know for sure, but I'm just putting out and establishing and reminding people about that money. Like, why did he come out and talk about money? You have to think about, why do certain individuals say that this happened or say that this didn't happen or initially speak on it, especially immediately at the onset. Like, he literally was the first person to speak out, even before Stephen Twitch Boss's mother, before Stephen Twitch's Boss's wife, Allison, that we have here, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, you have to question this even before Ellen DeGeneres, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a potential here of perhaps people have had interest in Stephen Twitch Boss's money. Maybe he owed money. People have wanted him for money. You know how that's not too far-fetched. You know, people do see celebrities and they see dollar signs. You know, charge more, get more. You know, they want to hang around celebrities because of the perceived money aspect. I just want to kind of put that out there to remind people, okay? So let's kind of fast forward a little bit. So then I talked about, during this whole time, I'm not the only content creator bringing this up, but I talked about during this whole time, Miss Allison Holker had been silent. And all the trolls and all the people who are asleep, the sheeple, those individuals out here that are in love with the world. Okay? You know, the Bible talks about lovers of this world here is enemies of God. Okay, they love the world more than they love God. It's a whole nother conversation. The point that I'm trying to make is, so many people were just coming to defend, oh, leave Miss Allison Holker alone. She's grieving, leave her alone. Don't bring her up. And all of these questions that came up about what happened and all of these mysteries, the timing. First, she says she saw Stephen Twitch Boss walk out of the house. Then the story changes and then she took an Uber. We don't have the Uber driver's record. Surely it's easy to have Uber, you know, subpoena Uber or get Uber to provide the records. I mean, better yet, where's Stephen Twitch's boss's phone? Like, what happened to his phone? You mean to tell me he came up missing and his phone came up missing? Because if he ordered the Uber, if Stephen Twitch Boss ordered the Uber, it would be right there on his phone. We all know how technology works. Everyone has the app on their phone, and you order the Uber, and then boom, the record is right there on the phone. It would be tied to his whatever type of banking information or credit card that he used. You know, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, it doesn't matter what the card is. If there was some type of financial transaction, obviously he had to make it to call it Uber, but there would have been a record of that Uber. Okay, and even so, if it wasn't initially purchased by Stephen Twitch Boss, then that raises another question. If someone else purchased the Uber for him, who is this person? Okay, was it his wife, Allison Holker? Was it someone else? Was it Columbus Short? I mean, who purchased the Uber if that's the story? Then we have more mysteries about no camera footage at the hotel. The hotel was supposedly vacant the week that Stephen Twitch Boss checked in. Why did he check in a lower star hotel? You all know what I mean by lower star hotel. Why did he check into a 5-star hotel? I mean, this is Stephen Twitch Boss. Like, why is he gonna go to the most grimiest hotel, so to speak, when he could just go check in somewhere else? A lot of inconsistencies. Then they said that he was deleted without any blood found. Okay, I'm using the word deleted because we're trying to avoid saying the D word that rhymes with breath. Okay, and the S word that sounds like sewer, take a ride. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, okay? So the point that I'm trying to make is, first they said it was no blood. Then they said it was blood. Then they said it was no S note. Then all of a sudden they found an S note. It's all these inconsistencies going all the way through. And I'm saying all of this because there's a lot of questions with this case. It is not just me. You all have questions. Everybody has questions. So many people have questions. So many people are in doubt that this man actually deleted himself. And I'm saying all of this because I'm trying to establish a potential motive. Could there have been a potential motive to get a hold of Stephen Twitch Boss's assets all along? Sometimes, y'all, you don't know what's truly going on. There are many couples, many situations who they put on, the game face and they save face in public on social media, and everyone thinks everything is fine, but perhaps there's not. We still don't know why Stephen Twitch Boss perhaps left that night. Could it have been a fight? Could it have been an argument? Could there have been all types of situations? Did Allison Holker have a hand in it? I know a lot of people say, oh no, not his wife. But I show you all about how so many people delete themselves in Hollywood. Okay, I think this is an appropriate time right now for me to show you all a video. I just think that this is an appropriate time, and then we'll get back to Stephen Twitch Boss. I just think it's appropriate, because people seem to not think that a family member, yes, you heard me correctly, a family member could actually have a role when it comes to the entertainment industry in taking someone out. So because people seem to not be able to comprehend that and understand that, I'm going to put something on the screen and I'm going to let someone else talk about how family members get sacrificed out here. Okay? So this is the one, the only Kanye West, now known as Ye. Okay? He legally changed his name to Ye. We're going to turn the music off, and I want you to hear from Kanye West's mouth, not just my mouth, but I want you to hear Kanye West actually talk about how family members, I want you to pay attention to who Kanye West says who sacrificed who. And I will probably run it back for those of you that just don't get it. So when you think that, how could Miss Allison Holker have a hand in deleting her own husband? Well, I will let Kanye West talk to you all.
Press you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me.
Not
You see,
you.
it ain't no name I won't name.
Exactly.
It's up.
Not you.
You know what I'm saying? And just for minutes of Farrakhan, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'll take no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone. Let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody, right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. My mama was sacrificed. My mama was sacrificed. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, appreciate
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? What about him? His daddy. Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy. Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son. Bill Cosby, his son. Bill Cosby, his son. Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. Dr. Dre, his son. Dr. Dre, his son. Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Come up missing. Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize. They want to monetize. They want to monetize. They want to monetize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me. You understand? They hit me. Gap, Adidas, all that away. Still, Forbes, who hate me, right, had to write net worth 400 million.
That's all I got to say, y'all. That's all I got to say. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Okay? Y'all should have heard it. So y'all heard your boy Kanye West. Renee Johnson, she asked, just for clarification. Renee Johnson says, who sacrifices mom? Kanye sacrifices his own mom. Matter of fact, one more time, just for clarification's sake, okay? One more time for clarification's sake.
No disrespect for nobody, so let's get on the phone, let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody, right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. It's the only person that I serve. My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. That I serve. My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Kanye West said he sacrificed his own mama. Why would he snitch about sacrificing on his own mama if there wasn't any truth and validity into what he's saying here in this video?
That I serve. My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Y'all got to stop and think, why would you come on camera talking about you sacrificed your own mom if it wasn't any truth to it? Okay? And one more time, just for the record, since we're going to go. This is the last time I'm going to play this right now, but one more time for the record.
You understand?
Yeah, appreciate
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy.
Michael Jordan, who did he sacrifice?
Yeah, appreciate
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy.
One more time.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy.
Keep listening.
Bill Cosby, his son.
Bill Cosby sacrificed who?
Bill Cosby, his son.
Bill Cosby sacrificed who?
Bill Cosby, his son, right?
Since we're talking about sacrificing sons, let's keep it going.
Dr. Dre, his son.
Wait, who?
Dr. Dre, his son.
Wait, who?
Right? Dr. Dre, his son.
Wait, one more time, who?
Right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing.
Including Stephen Twitch Boss.
People come up missing.
Including Stephen Twitch Boss. Didn't he get reported that he was missing? His wife, Allison Holker, reported that he was missing. I don't know where my husband is. He walked out of the house. Then the narrative changed that he took an Uber. But either way, he was missing.
A lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize.
What did he say they want to do? They want to what, people?
They want to monetize.
They want to what?
They want to monetize.
What are these people after in this industry?
They want to monetize and traumatize.
They monetize off of these sacrifices, and then they want to traumatize the public and get everyone into, oh, I'm grieving. Oh, I'm grieving. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I'm so distraught. I'm so distraught. Okay? I'm going to show y'all something. Okay, we're going to get back to the Twitch Boss thing, but I wanted to put that out there and make it very clear that for those of you that are questioning, how could this happen? You mean this can't be? Yes, it can be, and this is what happens all the time. And this is why so many mysteries behind all of these people that come up missing. Why? Because they want to monetize. So I'm establishing a motive here about what's going on. Okay. I just want to make that clear. Now we're going to get back. Let me get back to the other video here that I want to show you all, because I'm going to go there because people need to hear and they need to know what's going on. Okay. And a lot of people just don't seem to, get it. This is serious. Okay. This is very, very serious. This is not a joke. This is not a game. I'm not playing around. I'm not screwing around. And I need to explain some things. Okay. I need to explain some things. So we're going to put this back on the screen. Okay. And I want to break some things down to you all. Okay. So I want y'all to take a look. Yes. You know what time it is. RZ Woman Network says, and they use our grieving energy to feed off and channel and strengthen their own energy. It's spiritual. Exactly. Y'all know what it is. JJ Wolfpack says, when you're in a satanic organization like the Freemasons, you're always at risk of getting sacrificed. Now, some people would say, actually, before I show this, before we get back into this video real quick, I need to establish some things. This is why I'm showing all of this, because I want the naysayers and people that are going to come in here later and question what I'm talking about and what's going on and what I'm doing. I want you all to see what's what. So what I'm going to do is actually, I want to switch gears just very quickly and show you all a couple of things here. Okay, so let me kind of give me 1 second here. I kind of got off of track here. Okay, I'm gonna put some on the screen. I want y'all to see it nice and clear. So for those of you that don't think that Stephen Twitch Boss was involved in a satanic industry, then somebody explain this to me. In one of his dances with his own wife, why is he throwing up the satanic hand symbol? See, and I caught this, and he does this in many of his dances. This is just one. Okay, I just circling it for those of you that don't know. If you follow the cursor, I'm circling his hand. This is a satanic hand sign. You don't throw this up just to be for random stuff. Okay, this is not something that you play around with. Okay, for those of you that think that that's not the case, I'm gonna pull up another one. Okay, give me 1 second here. Because y'all seem to think that I'm playing around or I'm making this stuff up. Okay, if I've established this before in previous videos, so if you're new here, you need to go back and watch. Once again, if you take a look here, let me get rid of this one. If you take a look here, you'll see Stephen Twitch Boss, once again, throwing up the satanic hand symbol. Okay? And then, like I said, this whole colors, him wearing all black. Remember, this was the last dance. I've already went through this many times. This was literally footage from the last dance that they did before Stephen Twitch Boss came up missing. You know, that's what Kanye West says. It seems like in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Seems like they want to monetize and traumatize, but people think that I'm just making up stuff. Right here, you can see Stephen Twitch Boss throwing up the satanic hand symbol again in the last dance, and his wife, Miss Allison Holker, having the checkerboard pattern on her outfit. Her jacket is not a mistake. She got on all black too, which is ritualistic, and then she has the checkerboard pattern. Okay, this is like Freemasonic 101. Like, this is basic level stuff. This is not even high level complicated stuff. This is like nothing impressive here that I'm trying to point out. Okay, so I'm trying to show you all and establish some things here that I'm not making this up about a particular lifestyle and how things take place. Okay, this is what I'm trying to show you all. I think I got one more picture. Let me show y'all one more picture, and then I'm going to get back into it. I just need to establish this for those that are saying, well, no, that can't be the case. There's no way that could be the case. Brainwaves, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, can you prove to me that this is not the case? Can you provide irrefutable evidence that this is not the case? You cannot. Once again, this is the last dance that we know where Stephen Twitch Boss was alive. See this hand symbol? Once again, he is throwing up. That's that thumb and index finger, 666. He's throwing it up in the middle of him dancing. You can be as creative as you want to throw it up, and people are very creative, and that's why people don't see it, because they don't know what to look for. But I'm trying to point it out. So I'm trying to establish some things here about this industry. Now that I've pointed this out, I want to get back to talking about what happened in this estate and what's going on, et cetera, et cetera. I want to get back to that. So give me 1 second, y'all. Let me get back to this information here. Let's put this back up on the screen here. And I want to break some things down like a pound. Okay, so right now we got your boy Twitch up here. Trying to establish a couple things. And I'm going to take this off the screen here so y'all can see nothing but Twitch. Now that we've established a few things, and if you all need more details, I have plenty of details and plenty of deeper explanations with more supporting evidence in my previous Stephen Twitch Boss videos. If you haven't seen it, go check them out. All right. I generally try to provide as much that I can with all of these situations. Okay. And as much reference. And again, I challenge anyone that wants to come here and say, no, you're good. Can you provide evidence saying that this is not the case? Can you provide real, verifiable, supporting evidence saying that this is not the case? Okay. And I know most of y'all cannot. All right. So back to what we have here. Allison Holker, as you heard Kanye says, they seek to monetize. Now, what I find very questionable is a few things that I'm going to point out here. And I'm going to go back and play this. Okay? First of all, let's just look at this right here on the screen. It says Stephen Twitch Boss deleted without a will. Why did Stephen Twitch Boss leave without a will? It's much money and in the circle that Stephen Twitch Boss had. You mean to tell me he didn't have a will? He didn't have anything? You know, after all, we saw the footage, we saw the videos about how in love. He was so in love. Him and his wife, they're so in love, right? So why wouldn't you leave a will or have something in place for your spouse? I mean, I'm just saying, we're not talking about an average Joe here. We're talking about Stephen freaking Twitch Boss. You mean to tell me with all the money moves that he was making and all the deals that he was making, he didn't have one person to help him come up with some type of will? You mean his mother didn't talk about a will? You know, nothing from his family, friends, co-workers, you know, peers, colleagues, etc., etc. I mean, even a private conversation with Miss Allison Holker and her own husband. Oh, wait, maybe I've stumbled on something. So back to what I said about Columbus Short. Columbus Short apparently had some type of perhaps deal or reference to a deal gone wrong or gone bad as it relates to Stephen Twitch Boss, just based upon the social media video that he put out. Remember, he was the first one to put something out. Could it been that a lot of people wanted Stephen Twitch Boss's money? Could it been that his wife all along, Allison Holker, wanted his money? Now, before anybody thinks that I'm crazy for saying that, you heard what Kanye West says. Since they seek to monetize and traumatize. And I want to bring up a point here. How come this is the first time we hear really about the moves that Allison Holker is making? You know, we didn't hear about any moves. All she did was put up a tribute, put up a whatever thing that anybody could put together in 3 to 5 minutes for her husband. We have not heard any moves. We haven't heard that she was trying to fight for justice for Stephen Twitch Boss. Okay. We haven't heard any moves that she's trying to seek what's going on. I've seen fake clickbait videos about, oh, she's contacting the FBI. She didn't contact no FBI. All those videos are clickbait. She has not, there's no report of her doing anything to try to really honor her husband. No legacies, no foundations. I mean, as I brought this up before, if he truly deleted himself via the S word, right? Then surely she could rally on that cause, because on her own social media, she was talking about that. And now all of a sudden she's supposed to be a champion of mental health with her kids, but yet she wasn't a champion of mental health with her own husband. There was no mention of it. She didn't say her husband was struggling with it, etc., etc. Yet the news and the media said that he had past struggles. Where are the struggles? No proof, no medical proof, no records, and we have not heard anything from Miss Allison Holker saying and verifying that he had past mental struggles. I'm just bringing all this up. So what I'm trying to say is, there's yet another question. Did Stephen Twitch Boss even have mental struggles? I don't think so. The only struggles that I think he had was dynamics with him and his wife. Okay? Because, again, he could have left the house on a fight, or it could have been a private fight, and then Miss Allison Holker could have made a couple of calls and a couple of deals, could have did something with, it's no telling. She could have did something with Ellen DeGeneres. We already talked about Ellen's involvement here with this whole situation. And so it could have been some deals like, you know what? I'm about to take you out. Because after all, no distraught wife is going to physically go immediately, leaving 3 kids, to a police station when all she got to do is pick up the phone. When she's a celebrity, she can make calls. I mean, so I'm trying to say this for a reason. Now, I want y'all to listen to this video.
Taking steps to control Stephen Twitch Boss's estate after he died without a will.
So so her focus right now is taking control of his estate. I want y'all to listen one more time. She's not focusing on doing anything, any foundations, anything to really his legacy and his memory of him, justice for him, not pushing the legal system to reopen the case or to investigate, etc., etc. This is what I'm trying to establish it. She's not coming out fighting for this. We are hearing that all she's doing is trying to get ownership of his money. This is the first thing that she's going after. Where is the justice for Stephen Twitch Boss? Am I the only one that cares? Are y'all the only one that cares? Is a handful of content creators the only one that cares? It seems like we're fighting and doing more research and more evidence and pushing the envelope and risking, videos getting blocked and criticism and all types of stuff. We are the ones that are out there fighting for justice for Stephen Twitch Boss. But you don't see his wife making any moves but money moves. All she's making is money moves. So her first moves after this is, I need to get property. I need to get the estate. Not Miss Allison Holker is starting something, in remembrance of Stephen Twitch Boss or whatever it is. She put out this, or she came public. Mind you, we have not heard from this woman at all. She has not even come out in the public. Her videos don't matter. A publicist could have put those videos out. Anyone who has access to her social media on her Instagram could have put the pictures out, could have written, the messages and posted that for her. After all, she's grieving. I'm just trying to establish that after all, she's been grieving since December 13th, 14th, right? 2022. Anyone could have put together these statements saying on behalf of Allison Holker. It's not the first time this happened, y'all. This does not take rocket science, okay, to understand. This happens all the time. The first moves we hear that she's making, because again, actions speak louder than words. This is why I'm trying to say this. We've heard a lot of words on social media, but we have not heard any words from her. We have not seen her. The funeral was private. And I told you all, this woman, his wife, now a widow, if they were actually married, I know that's what some people are questioning, but his wife Miss Allison Holker is the one individual on the face of this planet that could champion Stephen Twitch Boss's legacy. She was also a dancer, y'all. It's not just a wife. She was also a dancer. So if anybody could champion the legacy, it would be her. But you know what? You got to look at this. Look at what's on the screen, y'all. Do y'all see what's on the screen right here? This is crazy. Y'all see what's on the screen right here? Look at this. I'm gonna have to let me do this for y'all real quick. Give me 1 second, cause y'all think I'm playing around. Y'all think it's a game. People think this is a game. I'm out here doing this for clicks and views and likes. No, I'm doing this for justice for Stephen Twitch Boss. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait, y'all. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm working on something. Just hold on. Actually, let me do this because I want y'all to be able to see what I am pointing at. All right. Almost done, y'all. I'm trying to make this nice and plain for you all. Okay, for people that might get confused. Let me see. See, here we go. All right. I'm gonna put let me take the video off the screen for a second. I need to show y'all something. Check this out. Y'all ready? All right, let's take a look. Okay, do y'all see what I have here? Do y'all see what I have here? Let's look, let's zoom in. Okay, do you see what I have circled here? Okay, take a look at what I have circled here. Take a look at what I have circled here. Okay, I want y'all to see this. See what I have circled here? I'm trying to break this down for y'all. Okay, this is the Skull and Bones logo. Another secret society. So if people didn't think about the whole Freemasonic satanic connection with the devil horns that Stephen Twitch Boss threw up, then you have him wearing a pin here, okay, with the Skull and Bones. This was the same pin that I just noticed in the picture that the video had. And I just had to circle it for you all, just so you all can see this and remember it. Okay, so again, there's a lot of agendas at play here. All right, now that I pointed that out, I'm going to get back to the video. I'm going to put that back on the screen, but I just kind of want to show y'all that. Okay, and like I said, the first moves that this woman makes, action speaks louder than words, is her going after his money. Not her rallying for his cause. And we're going to look at a couple of things here as well. I'm going to pull up some information. So let's go back to the video here. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit just so y'all can hear clear. All right, let's take a look. And I'm going to pause at certain times. Now, I already said it's questionable that he does not have a will and testament at his particular face value, his net worth. Let's continue. Let's go back and let's keep them on the screen. So there's some things I want to show y'all. We're gonna look at a couple of things real quick since we looking at this here. All right. Give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this in time. Hopefully I have enough time. If not, I might have to come back and do an update or just provide this information later. Okay, so one of the things that I want to show you all, let me, we're gonna do this. Let me just put this on the screen for time's sake, because I don't want to keep you all waiting. Okay, so for time's sake, I'm gonna put this on here. All right, my bad, y'all. Just for time's sake, I want to establish some things, okay? Don't want to waste you all's time. Okay, so right now, I just want to show y'all that we do have some wedding pictures. Okay, so I would presume, based upon these wedding pictures, that they actually are married. And that's what a lot of the records said. I mean, you got a lot of like Entertainment Tonight covering. A lot of these publications have officially covered that they are married. And if they weren't actually married, I would think that if they weren't married, these publications are putting their name at risk. Okay, you got paid sick, six. Oh, they're talking about something else. But all these publications here are posting pictures and showing that they actually are married. Okay, so I highly doubt. What is this that people saying? Yeah, people saying that they're married. Everybody's reporting that they actually are married. So, I mean, given that we see official wedding photos, US Weekly, there's witnesses here, I'm pretty sure there's a marriage license. There probably is a marriage license. I was trying to pull up the marriage license, but it's going to take me a little bit longer, and I don't want to waste you all's time in the stream. I'm going to try to check one or two other things, but it looks like they're married. I mean, they said they are married. I'm pretty sure that they are married. You know, you see the bling right here on her finger. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they were married. That part, I know a lot of people are skeptical of their marriage. Let me see if I can find something real quick. Let me just try to see if I can find something real quick. Just give me 1 second. I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing this. If I don't want to spend a lot of time, so just bear with me. If I can find this, give me like, just give me. They all want. I don't want to sign in and have to do this or reveal any. I don't want to have to reveal any private information about Miss Allison Holker and Stephen Twitch Boss. So I'm trying to just very quickly see if I can. Let's see if I can find this real quick. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to do this, and if I don't find it, then we're going to move on, and I will do this at a later date. See, yeah, everything that I try to do, I'm gonna probably end up skipping this, y'all. Everything that I'm trying to do is require me either to have to pay to pull up this information, which I have access to pull up information that I don't have to pay, but I'm trying to see if I can show you all something here. Let's see. I might be able to get. Oh, this is. I don't know. Let me see something. I can say this, regardless of, it looks like that they are married. So regardless of whether we question whether they're married or not, I'm going to say that they're married because it's just too much information coming out saying that they were. I mean, I'm seeing pictures here from the actual ceremony that I'm showing. So, yeah. I can't. I'm just gonna skip it for now because it's taking too much time and it's taken from the focus of the information I want to get out with the show. But we're going to establish that he was married. Okay. I'm gonna say that he was married. He was married. He was married. So, I'm just gonna say that, you know, the answer is, I'm gonna say yes. Okay, because. Okay, now I see people very quickly. Let me clarify something very quickly. Let me go here in the chat real quick. Hold on, y'all. Where is it at? I just want to clarify something I see in the chat. Okay, so JJ Wolf is asking, or said, was Twitch living a double life? Was he gay? Yes. Okay, I have already established this in previous videos. You can go back and look at that. That's what I took the detail to break down everything that was going on to see any potential motives, etc., etc. I broke this down. Some of the information I had to cut out of the videos that I had up in order to leave them up because the information was too revealing, but it's out there. Okay, there's a lot of things that he did, and this is not surprising for people in the industry. This is what they do. Majority of them are living the alternative lifestyle. Okay, regardless whether they have a husband, wife, husband, none of that matters. Okay, they be living an alternative lifestyle. That's why it's so widely accepted in this particular community. Y'all, it's a method to the madness. Okay, I don't have time to explain it, but I showed enough evidence, and I'm not the only one to show evidence. There's other content creators that are very detailed and thorough and showed this evidence. I know Ringo TV Reactions. I know my boy, he broke it down like a pound too and showed this evidence. So it's out there, y'all. I'm not going to spend time breaking all that down. But what I wanted to spend time was, I wanted to rule out and debunk that, you know, people were saying, well, he's not really married. I'm pretty sure that he was married. However, okay, we're going to get this off the screen. However, we're going to get back to the video in just a second. And we're going to establish a couple of things that you all might need to consider. Okay. Let's get the video back on the screen. Okay. Now, the relationship between Stephen Twitch Boss and his wife is questionable. I've also extensively went through this. I've showed questionable pictures, scenarios, and things. I'm not going to spend time to go back and go through all of that. However, I am going to mention this. Could it have been that Stephen Twitch Boss maybe at one point in time was thinking about perhaps having a will and testament? Obviously, you're going to get that done with your wife, but perhaps maybe based upon the state of affairs and certain things he was suspecting, that he did not decide to go forth with it. You know, we don't know for sure, and we can't say 100% that was not the scenario. So my job here is to raise questions and get people to think about it, because my name is Brainwave. So I'm going to get you to think, could this have been the question, like the case and the whole thing that we're questioning here? Could this actually have been it? He said, you know what? I'm not leaving you no will and testament. Also, speaking of will and testament, I want to put something else on the screen and we're going to break the video down. let's look at this, because I want to provide all of this information to you all so that you all don't have to go back and look it up, and you all don't have any questions, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so let's put this on the screen very quickly, and then we'll get back to the video. Okay, so I want this on the screen just so that you all can see. Let me make it a little bit bigger because I don't want anyone saying I can't see it. Okay, this is about as big as I think I'm gonna make it. All right, so you can see right here that it says California is a community property state, which means that the following death of a spouse, means following the death of a spouse, the surviving spouse will not have, let me reread this, y'all, because obviously I don't want to mess it up. California is a community property state, which means that following the death of a spouse, the surviving spouse, which means Allison Holker, will have entitlement to 1/2 of the community property. Okay, this is California law. They say, so if something happens to you and you're married in California, your spouse will have entitlement to 1/2 of the community property. Okay, which means the property that was acquired over the course of the marriage, regardless of which spouse acquired it. Okay, now let's come down a little further. It says here, does a surviving spouse automatically inherit everything in California? Mind you, this is California law based upon September 15th, 2022. So unless they've just updated this in the past couple of months, it reads, spouses do not automatically inherit all. I want to stress all. See, we're looking at to see, do they inherit everything? California law says that you're entitled to get half. Now, it doesn't say that they will automatically get half. It says the surviving spouse will have entitlement. Okay, so what that means is if you're married and your husband gets deleted, it's not automatically going to be your property. You have entitlement to stake claim, but it doesn't mean that you're automatically going to receive it. This is California law. Y'all need to think about how law works before you go set up shop and have a house and a home and decide to make that your primary residence. Because depending on your moves you make, it could be for you, it could work against you. It depends on where you live. This is how it works in California. So Allison Holker has entitlement to 1/2 of Stephen Twitch Boss's property, but she will not automatically get it. Okay? I'll explain entitlement. This means that she can state claims and go after. She has a right to go after, but she's not going to automatically get it. Number 2, if something happens to your husband, and for the fellas, to your wife, do you automatically inherit everything in California? No. In California, it says spouses do not. It is in bold. Spouses do not automatically inherit all of the property and assets unless, keyword, unless there are no other relatives. So we know Stephen Twitch Boss has other relatives. He's got a mom, he's got siblings, etc., etc. Those are relatives. So what this means is that Allison Holker cannot get all of Stephen Twitch Boss's property. Okay, I'm trying to break this down legally, for the legally challenged out here so that you all can understand what's going on. So that you don't have to do research and go look stuff up in Google. I do all the hard work here. I do all the heavy lifting for you all. And all y'all got to do is sit back, put your hands behind your head, put your feet up, whatever it is that you're going to do, and enjoy. Okay? So, this means that it says in most cases, spouses receive half or less of community property, which is the property that one acquires in a marriage after their wedding date. Okay? from the point after their wedding date until the point that that spouse is deleted and no longer with us, that is what's considered the community property. Okay. So it says most cases spouses receive half or less, okay, of the property and assets. The spouse will receive a smaller portion of separate assets. Okay, now I want to also break this down here too. Down here, we're going to put this up front and center because it says what happens if the husband dies and the house is only in his name in California. Because we need to look at how these California laws work and see what's going on. You know, this is Hollywood, y'all. This is where people want to set up shop. California. Okay. It says, should the husband, Stephen Twitch Boss, pass away before his wife, Allison Holker, the home will not, I repeat, will not, I repeat, will not automatically, I repeat, will not automatically pass to her by right of survivorship. Now, you all know, according to the video that I'm going to show you, she filed for rights of survivorship. She's petitioning rights of survivorship to try to get his property. Okay, I'm just trying to break this down so that y'all understand what's going on. So you see, she's not automatically going to get his home, as we're talking about the house. Now, that's a big question. Is the property listed in Stephen Twitch Boss's name? Or is it listed in both of their names? And even so, it's still this complicated matter of that home was acquired right before Stephen Twitch Boss got deleted. So that's considered community property, and this is what this law is referring to. So even if her name is on it, it's still this complication here because he's deceased and he didn't have a will and testament. This is the value of y'all having a will and testament, y'all. I don't care if you have to revise it. I don't care if it's simple, but this is the value of having a will and testament. So that if something happens to you, there's no confusion. There's no legal battles. This person gets this person gets that. Boom, bang, boom. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. That's it. Realest in the room. So it says, instead, the house, this is what they're referring to by it, will become part of his probate estate, meaning Stephen Twitch Boss's probate estate, meaning the court has ownership of this estate. The court decides who gets what. This means, see, I know my law, y'all. It says this means that there will be need to be a court probate case open and an executor appointed. So if Miss Allison Holker is trying to go about all of this without a court probate case and without an executor, because an executor is the one who determines who gets what, who gives who, what, when, where, why, and how, okay? So if she's trying to go for this without an executor and without a court probate case, this raises even more questions because they did have a house that they both just recently acquired. You know, just so you all understand, let's pull this up because I don't think y'all understand what time it is. I don't think y'all understand what time it is. I just have to show y'all something here. Just give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, I want to just show y'all this. Give me 1 second because I need to put the information on the screen and I want people to understand. Okay, I just have to, give me 1 second, y'all. Sometimes when I try to put certain things up here, I mean, running into some issues. Okay, so let me. Okay, so we're looking here at New York Post. Okay, this is an article from New York Post. All right, and I want you all to see this on the screen. Okay, I want y'all to understand I'm not making this up. You see, it says DJ Stephen Twitch Boss was dancing in the $4 million days before his deletion. Okay, this is back on December 14th, around the deletion time. Just days. Okay, let me make this a little bit bigger so y'all can see it. It says just days before Stephen Boss, known as DJ Twitch, on the Ellen DeGeneres show, tragically took him. You know, that's what they saying. He deleted himself. He was seen dancing and smiling throughout his California home. Okay, look, this we know about all this dancing here. Y'all see all this dancing here? This was in their new home, their brand new home they just got. Okay, so at least this house, even if they sold previous property, they just got this home. Okay, y'all see this home? Y'all know this is the front of the thumbnail that I showed y'all here on this particular show. This is the home, right? Just dancing right in the new home. It says it's his California home. Don't make me start pulling up records of this, who actually owned this house. It probably was his house. No people. Okay, well, it says they purchased together. And I think I did see this information before. I need to verify this, but nonetheless, it says the two purchased a newly built home in Encino back in 2019 for $2.75 million. Okay, that was their previous home. I'm sorry. Records obtained by the Post show. Worth an estimated $4 million today. The home has 6 bedrooms, 7 baths, spanning 4,600 square feet. Just pictures from the home. Pegged as a modern farmhouse in the upscale Amestoy Estates. Features includes a smart home technology, built-in barbecue, fire pit in the backyard, for an expansive pool and spa. Previous listing notes that the home was an award-winning elementary school nearby. They also purchased another home in 2019 in Utah. Okay, so the couple had previously owned a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in Sherman Oaks, which they sold for $1.2 million in 2019 for upgrade to their current home. And see, you know, here's another thing. Look at this article right here, right at the end. Okay, that TMZ said about Boss not being here. You know, says Stephen Twitch Boss allegedly checked into a motel less than 1 mile away from his home. Okay, and then it says the motel staffers told the outlet that Boss didn't appear to be in any sort of distress and wasn't visibly upset about anything. So if he appeared that he wasn't visibly upset about anything, why did he delete himself? I mean, somebody make it make sense here. You got proof here. These hotel staffers are saying he didn't seem upset. Someone that's about to delete themselves have some type of troubling look, especially when they check in. They have weird behavior. That's a sweet house. They just showing a house. I guess they talking about what happened. Yeah, it's not giving us any more details about the house. See, and here's the thing. It says to say he left a legacy would be an understatement. And let me make sure who's saying this. Okay, this is what his wife said. This is Allison Holker's words here that I have highlighted down here. So it says, his wife says, to say he left a legacy would be an understatement. Okay, his positive impact will continue to be felt. She continued. It's clear this is his wife speaking. Okay, look at what she says, y'all. She says, I am certain there won't be a day that goes by that we won't honor his memory. And then, of course, we ask for privacy during this difficult time for myself and especially for our 3 children. So just in case you thought that she is referring to someone else, who is, you know, the person that Stephen Twitch Boss had 3 children with, obviously, it's Miss Allison Holker. So she says, there won't be a day that goes by that we won't honor his memory. Okay, all these days went by, and like I was saying earlier, we haven't heard of her pushing for his legacy that she says is an understatement. I'm just trying to explain all this to y'all. She said this. Oh, it's an understatement. How come we don't hear anything about pushing for that? All we hear about is her trying to get ownership of his property. Let's try to break this stuff down, y'all. Okay. That's why I'm here. Let's get back to the video. Man, we'll keep it small. See, I can see them dance in the background. Let's get back to the video.
Of their marriage. Court documents also state that the Ellen DeGeneres Show executive producer did not receive any property through a gift.
Right here, if we go back here with the whole Ellen part, we clearly see here that Twitch did not receive any insurance policies, any money, anything directly from the Ellen DeGeneres Show. We'll say other than his pay. Okay, so the whole time there had been no other property or gifts other than what Twitch owns. So his homes and his paycheck. And whatever he got in the bank account, whatever it is that he did as far as his business under his name.
According to the filing, Allison is asking for a determination of property passing to the surviving.
Okay, so let's look this up. She's filing for a determination of property passing. Okay, so we're going to pull this up, y'all. You know I'm thorough around here. Okay, that's giving me a little too much that I want to show here. I really don't want to get down to that. Okay, so basically, I'm going to show this to you all, and then we're going to get back to that portion of the video. Okay, I like to show these things to you all so that people don't think I'm making things up. Let's take a look at all of this because, you know, these are questions that people will ask. Okay, so basically, for what she's determining, okay, you can file an affidavit in the Superior Court, okay, where whoever your deceased family member's property is located. It's got different information here. Let's take a look at this link. Let's see what comes up. Okay, let's take a look at this. Okay, so it says, while having a will or trust is the ideal way to inherit property from a family member who has recently passed away, unexpected deaths of family members due to accidents or sudden illness may mean the state will be left. Again, if something happens unexpectedly, the state decides what goes on. Okay, I'm showing you this is literally a law office here. Obviously, they practice law in California. I don't know, perhaps other states, but y'all can call, y'all can see. I'm literally showing y'all legal information here. Okay, so it says the state will be left to distribute the property and assets of the deceased. If your family member has passed away without leaving a will in place, you may find yourself in the unfortunate position of needing to prove your heirship. Okay, so she's got to go through and prove this. Now, it says when a person dies without a will, their heirs may still be entitled to a share of the property and assets left by the deceased. However, before they can inherit any property or assets, they must first convince the probate court. Remember, we talked about the probate court case and we talked about an executor. So Miss Allison Holker has to have a court case in order to prove this. This is why she's trying to prove like, hey, we were legally married here, yada, yada, yada. I have a right at this. It says to establish heir status in California, you may file an affidavit of heirship in the Superior Court of the county where your deceased family member's property is located. California Family Code states that the petition must include the heir's basic information, including a description of the property you're claiming. So it has your name, your age, residence, and the names and information of other potential heirs if they're known. So keep in mind, there are potential heirs. Family members, as we saw with California Code, are potential heirs. See, ain't nobody breaking this down like I am. I've seen other videos. I know what's out there about this case. No one is giving you the tea the way that I'm giving it to y'all. Coffee, tea, water, juice, soda, smoothie, whatever you want to drink. Right? Nobody's giving you the beverage of choice like I do. Okay? So it does say other potential heirs could, because there was no will. See, this is what y'all got to understand. We think that, oh, well, that was the wife. She automatically can get it. Not necessarily. Oh, that was the mom. That person could automatically get it. Not necessarily. You don't know the relationship that was going on. And just because that person is the surviving spouse or surviving family members doesn't mean they automatically get it. This is why California law has to set up, people. I'm trying to explain to y'all that it'd be a lot of family dynamics that we seem to not be thinking about in these conversations. Just the same that I brought up in the school system. For those of you that have children, I'm a parent, I know. There's a list of who can pick up your child and check out your child and who cannot. Just because they're family and they come up and they be like, hey, yeah, let me check. I'm the mom, I'm the dad. That don't mean you can get the kid. You can't do nothing about it. Parent or not, family member or not. Because it might be some family drama. It might not be court order that you got time to have custody, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot going on and they can't take those type of chances. So the court here is doing the same thing with the property. They can't take those chances. So you got to file, and we got to see if anyone is contesting that. We don't know if anyone, if Miss Connie, if Stephen Twitch Boss's mother is going to contest this. We don't know this. We just hear about Allison Holker making these moves, and we're making a lot of assumptions. We're assuming, oh, well, she's grieving, and it's her property. That was her. Okay, that could be a scenario. Absolutely. I'm not saying that it's not the case, but I raise questions here. How do we know that his mom or some other family member? How do we know that Stephen Twitch Boss wouldn't want to have left that? How do we know that he don't want to leave the property just straight to his kids instead of giving it to the wife? Do y'all see what I'm trying to go at here and what I'm trying to get at? We don't know this. Okay? There are other potential heirs that have to be listed. So if Miss Allison Holker's legal team filed this case, then they have to list the other potential heirs, and then the court has to go check with those potential heirs and notify them. Ask, do you know about this? Do you know about Stephen Twitch Boss not being here? I mean, obviously everybody knows he's a celebrity, it's world news, but the point is they got to go through their due justice, their due process of the law, right? So they're gonna have to ask them, hey, do you have any claim on this property, et cetera, et cetera. It's not just straightforward. I'm trying to break this down like a pound, y'all. Do y'all understand law? I thought we grown and sexy around here. I hope y'all understand law. Okay? So, you know, you have to have a birth certificate even to show proof. And then check this out. It says, even if granted, this decree establishes the petitioner's identity as an heir of the state, as well as their claim to the property or asset as valid. Okay, and then if the decree is granted, you must notify all relevant parties that the petition was filed. So Miss Allison Holker's team, by law, has to let his mom, Stephen Twitch Boss's mom, know, all family members, friends, everybody, everyone that could be a potential heir of Stephen Twitch Boss's empire, his legacy, has to be notified. And then it says, after proceeding through the aforementioned process, the court may issue, it doesn't say guaranteed will issue, it says they may issue a decree confirming heirship. They might do it, which will then serve as legal proof that you are an heir to the descendant's estate. And then the same thing, you can contest the heirship. There's a lot of stuff going here, y'all. This is why it's important to have a will and testament, and it also exposes some things here. Why did Stephen Twitch Boss not leave a will and testament here to his wife? Again, could there have been more going on that we don't know about? This is what I'm trying to explain to y'all all, because her behavior looks suspect. I'm sorry, the first thing she's doing is trying to get ownership of his property and of his materials. Let's turn the music down and continue to watch the video here.
Spouse, as well as
Let me run that back real quick.
her wedding date, according to the filing.
Actually, let's back up some more. So she wants his investment accounts. She wants his production companies. She wants everything that allows Stephen Twitch Boss to make the money and leave the legacy that he did. She wants it all. It's not just, oh, I want the house. Maybe you can make a justification for the property. You need the house. You're grieving, yada, yada, yada. Your kids need a place to stay, memories, etc. Blah, 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 blah. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, right? You can make a claim for that. But she wants a claim on all of his stuff. This is how Stephen Twitch Boss was able to generate revenue. And this is what she's going after. Okay? This is what she's going after. Could it be that Stephen Twitch Boss did not want to leave those things to her, and that's why he didn't have a will? Do we know for a fact that this is not the case? For anyone questioning what I'm saying, can you prove without a shadow of a doubt, with supporting documents, some type of evidence, not hearsay, not opinions, actual facts and figures and information, that this was not the case? Because, it looked like they were so loving based upon a social media post, but that can be deceptive. How do we know? How do we know there wasn't an argument? How do we know it wasn't a disagreement? How do we know what was going on? We truly don't know. And her involvement, as I've already debunked and shown, and I'm not the only creator that's shown this, is very suspect. Okay? She wants not just his house, y'all. She wants the ownership of his company and his ability to generate revenue. How do we know she needs that? And this is what she's fighting for. She is in court, filing documents, fighting for this. But did she fight for her husband's life when he was alive? Because she said he had been dealing with struggles for a long time. Where are these struggles? She's not coming out fighting for that, huh? But then all of a sudden, after he gets deleted, then after all the silence, after all of us putting the heat on her, then she comes out and say, well, I'm champion for mental health with my kids. So now you're a mental health advocate, but you weren't one when he was alive. And you're not putting out any causes. You're not doing anything to honor his name. No legacy, no that. You just going straight after his money. And people wonder why I'm raising these questions, what it looked like. Imagine if this was you and you're married and your husband or your wife or your husband, the first thing they do is go after the money and not talk about your legacy, show no tears, don't come on camera, we don't hear your voice, we don't see nothing from you but a few social media posts. You have a private funeral with a public figure. Both of y'all are public figures at that. Lots of questions here. We don't see you at all, and then the first thing we find out about you is you going after his money. And is this all that she's going to fight for? Is this all that she's going to fight for? She obviously is at a stage where she can fight now. She can move. She can process. She can do things. Is this what she's processing? And I told y'all, it usually takes 2 months before they come out of the woodworks. Stephen Twitch Boss got deleted basically on December the 14th, right? At least when we got notified, right? Okay. somewhere around either December 13th or 14th, based upon the coroner talking about the date that the body, they was done and all this stuff. So it either have been the 15th or 16th, so the 13th or 14th. Let's just say the 14th, right? It's close enough, right? So December 14th, this all took place. I told y'all when they make these sacrifices, they lay low for 2 months and then boom, they come out. To the money, she's coming out. Here we go find out just 4 days short. February the 10th. Okay, almost exactly 2 months after it took place. She's coming out now to petition for his property, but not fighting for justice for him, not asking what happened to him, where did he go, even if she accepted that he self-deleted himself. How did it happen? She's not fighting for the hotel, camera footage, records, asking around. We don't hear her in the media. She's not saying anything. She didn't ask for the Uber records. She's not putting pressure on the police or media, reopen the case, asking them, why don't y'all close the case so quick? Do y'all see what I'm saying? Not pushing his legacy about his dancing and his positivity and his message that he put out and et cetera, et cetera. All we hear from her is that she want his money. And people wonder why I'm saying that. And she want his business and everything.
As well as royalties from his work with Disney and the Screen Actors Guild.
She want royalties too. Do you see what she said? She wrote, this is what I told y'all. Allison told E! News this. To say he left a legacy would be an understatement. Yet, to this day, we have not seen her do anything to honor and glorify his legacy. We've heard silence from the wife. She is his wife. Might I add, his mama has been quiet as well. While we on the subject. Where's his mom? Where's his family coming out? It's been silence from everyone. And I don't know how people saying they silence him. I don't believe that. I don't believe that whatsoever, that everybody's been silenced. Because even if somebody's getting deleted, you got to stop and think, regardless of what agenda they had to delete Stephen Twitch Boss, the very least that they could do talking about his legacy, how is that going to stop their particular goal and their particular plans? If all they're doing is talking about Stephen Twitch Boss's legacy. Let's promote his dance. He got deleted for mental health. Let's do mental health awareness, in memory of Stephen Twitch Boss, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. How is that in direct conflict with how they deleted him and et cetera? Because that plays right into the narrative that they're pushing. That reinforces the narrative of anything. So all of this, everybody's saying, they've silenced her. I don't believe that one bit. I know how these deletions work. I've seen this stuff over and over and over and over and over and over again for many, many years, long before I even came on YouTube, long before I even created a channel. I mean, I'm talking about years, 15 years. I've seen how this stuff works. Okay? If she was really focused on his legacy, why are you trying to take over everything? And it would be more supportive, like y'all, if she was trying to rally on his cause, rally on his name, if she came out and said things. Let me show you how you can go and do things. She could have came out and made posts saying, hey, we're trying to honor his legacy. We're doing this. And so, okay, then you find out about court records with her trying to get his property and legacy and all this stuff. Then it might make more sense. But you got to stop and think, why didn't Stephen Twitch Boss leave any of this to any of his family members? Because I've already showed you how it looked like his mama's in on it. His wife is in on it. Ellen DeGeneres is in on, like all these people. He probably found all these people in on it. So if you think about how you're going to leave a will and testament if all the people that stand to benefit are in on it. And they probably realized that and probably got mad. This is a potential scenario here. Okay, because we don't know for sure, but this could be a potential scenario. And they probably got mad and knew about it. It was like, well, we know how to get this. We're going to knock you off. You see what I'm saying? This is a potential crime here. With all these deletions are potential crimes. It's always somebody standing to benefit something. And like I said, to the money, Miss Allison Holker came out of the woodworks 2 months later. Go back and watch my previous content and see if I didn't say somewhere in those previous videos that, watch, she's going to lay low for 2 months and she came out. Here we are at roughly 2 months and boom. To the money. And this is what she's saying.
his positive impact will continue to be felt. I am certain there won't be a day that goes by that we won't honor his memory.
Okay, so if a day that won't go by to where you and the family won't honor his memory, there has been a lot of days that gone by where you have not honored his memory. You have not been speaking out. You have not had legacy. You have not supported like a fan thing. Think about it. She could have created some type of like connection with the fans, some type of resource for the fans to pour support. Like everyone around the world felt Stephen Twitch Boss. So there's nothing she's done to like really honor his memory. Posting that one picture in that tribute slide where she's not even on it. I mean, come on, crying out loud. At least Quavo with Takeoff. At least Quavo was seen in the video with his tribute video. We haven't seen nothing from this woman yet. No one tear, no one voice, no nothing. She has literally disappeared off the face of the earth, but now she's going to fight for his property instead of fighting for him. Not, I'm fighting for my, look, her fight should have been, I'm fighting for what happened. I'm fighting for justice. I want y'all to be aware of what happened to my husband. I want y'all to honor his legacy, his name. I'm trying to create a foundation for mental health awareness. Pray for us. We ask for your support and privacy at the same time. I'm fighting for this to just get some more clarification on what happened to my husband. I'm also fighting to get ownership of his property, etc., etc. Like, it would all make sense then. But her moves are exposing what's going on. And it is exposing a narrative here. And it's exposing the reasons why. That's why I put why. Why is she doing this now? Why? I told y'all it's literally 2 months. And she's making the moves. And I told you that's what's going to happen. And she's coming out just by the book. But yet she says a day won't go by where we won't honor his memory. So what? I'm honoring his memory more. You all are honoring his memory more than she is? Because what is she doing to fight for justice for Stephen Twitch Boss? For her husband? I mean, can somebody tell me what she has done since his deletion to fight for justice for her husband? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody in the chat tell me? Someone please tell me. Can someone please tell me? Has she done one thing to fight for justice for him and to honor his legacy? What has she done?
Stephen, we love you. We miss you. And I will always save the last dance for you.
We haven't even seen her come out and do a dance. Not that she would be able to dance, but I'm just saying. She's talking about she'll always save the last dance.
The couple shared 2 children together, plus Allison's daughter from a previous relationship.
You know the biggest thing that sucks here, y'all? All of these beautiful children. All of these beautiful children, regardless of the skull and bones, regardless of the satanic industry, these beautiful kids are the ones that's going to suffer the most. These kids are suffering the most. How do we know that Stephen Twitch Boss didn't want to leave all of this for his kids? How do we know that he didn't want to leave his production company for his kids? How do we know that? I mean, even his, have his stepdaughter or whatever you want to, refer to her as. Half daughter, stepdaughter, his daughter, however you want to, his eldest daughter. She's the oldest, so she's next in line to have potentially, could have made a decision with what's going on. I'm not saying that his wife in a normal situation wouldn't be entitled, but again, she's not making the moves. Man, I don't know, man. This is what breaks my heart. When I look at these kids, this is what makes my eyes start to water. When I look at these kids. This is the heartbreak. This is why I can't see Stephen Twitch Boss delete himself. Because I'm a father. I know what it's like. You can't, man. Like, you literally would have to be forced to do something like that. Okay, it's crazy, man. It's just
Shit.
okay. And then they just talking about the crisis hotlines and stuff like that. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Y'all, let me look at the chat real quick. I haven't been in the chat in a while. Like, man, this is like the kids, man. Let me put the kids back on the screen. Because it's the kids, regardless, they had nothing to do with this. Let's do the picture where we had the kid. There we go. The man. Y'all want to know what gets to me when I think about those children? That's what gets to me. I'm thinking about these kids. And even more so, speaking of the kids, was any of this property supposed to go towards them? Not their mama. Y'all know it do be family drama, right? Who knows? Let me look into the chat. Turn the music back up. Oh man, I'm late in it. Man, I'm so far back in the chat. I'm so late. This is what I'm gonna do. Okay. In Divine Light is asking if I'm still taking co-hosts. I guess at this point, I don't know about necessarily co-hosts, but I do invite you all to share your thoughts and memories. So if you're here and you want to come on camera, come on. Check the live chat. There's a link. The floor is open. I'm putting it out there for all of y'all. Now, please keep in mind, be respectful. Don't say anything crazy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean by crazy? Like something that would be anti this show, anti me, anti everyone here in the live chat, anti everyone watching. You know, be cognizant of that. But you're welcome to come on here and say a couple of comments. I can have multiple people on here at once. I'm going to try to go through the comment section. Man, I got so many comments. I don't know if I'm going to get caught up, y'all. There's a bunch. Oh, look at what Juanita said. Juanita says her and that daughter are going to fall out real soon. You know what, Juanita? We need to keep eyes on the relationship. Because if her and her mom do fall out, then that could be proof that her mom is not the person that she's presented to us that she has been. There could have been a fallout here. So I'm just saying that's something for us to keep an eye out on. Because, the other kids, they're too young. But, she's old enough to understand what's going on, know the deal, yada, 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 be watching all these videos and stuff, putting two and two together. And there could be a fallout. That could be very telling. Very telling. Yes, I agree. Again, Melee Nicole says, why is it never her talking? It's always these written statements. Exactly. How do we know that she's actually even saying these statements? I told you all, when you're talking about brand accounts, you usually have professionals that write things and do things for them. Just like musicians and artists, they usually have songwriters, ghost writers who write their lyrics for them. Come on, people. When it comes to actors, actresses, they usually have scripts written for them. When you come on shows, there's usually something already written for you. I don't see why something like this could be too hard of a pill to swallow. So how do we know that she's even written these statements? I mean, they're coming from her social media, but how do we know that she actually wrote it? Do you see what I'm trying to say? We have not seen her face or heard her voice once since all of this has happened. But she's making these type of moves. Very questionable. And like I said, it seems like it's establishing a motive on why. Tammy says, we may never know brainwaves, and it's the children that matters. They no longer have their father. Exactly. Norma, she also says, so sad Twitch's children are in the middle of all this messy situation. Justice for Twitch. Yes, where's the justice for Twitch? I love kids. You see what I'm saying? I'm a man. I love kids. You know what I'm saying? Kids are our future. They're our legacy. You know, they're beautiful. I love kids. So, and it's, I just can't, man. It's heartbreaking. Yeah, Nookie lied is bringing up some points. Okay, we never saw his face again. There's no proof, no video surveillance camera, no neighbors got cameras. Like I said, nobody got any Teslas. All the folks that got Teslas, they Sentry mode was conveniently not working, or they didn't pay for Sentry mode on their Tesla. Nobody's seen anything. No open casket, private funeral. They don't want us to see anything. Everything was just shut. Remember, I told y'all about the closed casket funeral with Brandon Smiley, with Ricky Smiley. I covered that too. I caught a lot of flack for that. How come there was no open casket? I understand people have a right of choice, but with all these questions and stuff going on, an open casket could silence a whole heap of questions. But see, they don't do that because it would reveal the truth. You know, they expected these loyalists are going to come in here and defend these people even if they're guilty. Juanita says money over the kids. A damn shame. Yep, it is. A shame. I want to bring up a point too, because I mentioned this before. So RZ Woman Network says, and he had just did a Gap commercial. I know you all have seen the Gap commercial photo shoot. She probably was like, I thought we do everything together. What's up with that? He was the one with the talent. A spouse can be jealous of a spouse. Yes. Let me tell y'all something. A lot of times it seemed like Allison Holker was too involved with Stephen Twitch Boss. Even when I was trying to find pictures for Stephen Twitch Boss, just to create this thumbnail for this show, all I see is videos with her in it. I mean, or pictures with her in it. Like, it was like 98% pictures with her in it, and like maybe 2% with just Twitch by himself. And most of it was when he was like working, so she couldn't be around. You see what I'm saying? Be wary of a spouse that's always around. Like, that's a form of control. Let me tell you something. I am married, right? Do y'all see pictures of me and my wife in every single thing we do? No. Because my wife gives me freedom and full control of what I need to do. She ain't trying to control Brainwaves Advice Topics LLC. She ain't trying to control the moves that I make. She gives me full freedom. She supports me, but she gives me full freedom to make the moves I need to do, obviously within reason. You know, I don't need to be making no crazy moves. Then, you know, she gonna come in the picture and be like, hey, I mean, that's common sense, y'all. I'm trying to establish a point. Why is his wife always around in every single thing that Stephen Twitch Boss does? Was she trying to gain control of him then? And he knew that. He's like, no, I can't put you in here. I can't put these people in my will. I'm not going to get a will and testament. Or maybe he's trying to figure out how to come up with a will and testament. And maybe he was planning on coming up with a will and testament. Perhaps maybe to leave something to his kids, keep, you know, his wife, Allison Holker, maybe his mom, his Connie, all these other people out of the money, out of the assets, out of the control. And then they probably deleted him. Probably found out, oh, so you ain't going to let me get this. Again, it could have been an argument that very night. Y'all, this could have established motive. This is crazy, y'all. And this is what happens. Kanye West says they want to monetize and traumatize. People come up missing. This is what happens. They come up missing. I agree. So Amadu Dawson Berry says, what's up, fam? says the one thing they needed to do is investigate Allison, and they're not doing that. Exactly. When someone is no longer with us, everyone is considered a suspect until ruled out. Spouses, kids, everybody is considered a suspect until they rule everyone out. They cannot say, well, you're not a suspect. Everyone's a suspect. And they never included Miss Allison Holker as a suspect. That's suspect in itself. Do y'all see what I did there? She was never included as a suspect. That is suspect. This is crazy, man. This is sad. Yeah, you know what, Shelly? What's up, Shelly Ray? Shelly says she's hiding. Yeah, she's hiding, but she can make money moves. She can come out about that money. But she can't come out with justice. Yep, Juanita, tell it. She said that's why these kids become depressed and stressed over something their parents did. Exactly. You know what? So Donnie T says, I wonder if the oldest daughter's biological dad is even around at all. This establishes a point here, y'all. What if he ain't around because he can't deal with Allison? This could have been a pattern. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to explain this because nobody's investigating Allison. People want to investigate me, brainwaves, for posing a question and presenting what could be potential evidence, but don't nobody want to question Miss Allison Holker and rule these things out. Okay? I'm just saying. Yep, I agree. I agree. It's a shame, man. Look at this. You know what? I believe this is probably the case. So Miss RZ Woman Network says within a year, she'll be sharing this man's fortune with another man. Men, ladies, let this be a warning and lesson to be careful who you soul tied to. Exactly. Okay, because it's like she can't move on from Steven Twitch Boss until she gets the assets. You know, she got to get his money and stuff, right? Not support his legacy, not fight for justice for Twitch. She got to get his money so then she can move on to the next one. Could this have been what happened with her relationship with her ex? I might have to look at, you know what? That's the next thing I think I'm going to have to go and investigate. I'm going to have to see if I can find some information about the relationship between Allison and her baby daddy. You know, her oldest daughter's father. Okay? Because she looking real suspect you know what? Every single time there's something that comes out with this woman, it always looks suspect to me and to others. There's not one thing that came out that don't look suspect. From the beginning back from December 14th all the way through, I've been covering this. Everything, every last one of her moves or lack thereof looks suspect. I saw something. Okay, Donnie T says, did they ever confirm he was cremated? If he wasn't, where is he buried? Usually they turn into a memorial. Yeah, okay. So I had covered this in a previous video. I'm not going to go back and do that. You had findthegrave.com was previously posting that Steven Twitch Boss was cremated, right? Then all of a sudden we get all the news and media outlets come out about a private funeral. And then findthegrave.com updates that information from cremation with that memorial ID that they gave us back in December. And then they updated in January with the private funeral to say that he was buried. Okay. So even more so, we have not seen the body because it was a private funeral and no one could get close. There was no drones, no TMZ, nobody to really get any actual pictures. I'm just saying. And that in itself was confusing. So it's like he went from being cremated to being buried. Yeah, the statement the wife put out so fast, like, oh, my husband is awful. Like, no feelings in the statement. Exactly. It was too beautifully written, like as if somebody wrote it for you. Y'all know I've been dealing with loss since last Saturday. I've been dealing with, like, literally it's a week. Today is the first full week of me not having my dog around, of almost 13 years, watching, it impact my son, impact my wife, impact me, et cetera, et cetera. We've been through some of everything together. And you just wouldn't find me doing that. Like I said, I lost my sister the same day that Stephen Twitch Boss left us. Like, I lost my son in March of 2015. I'm not a stranger to dealing with death, y'all, in my own household, let alone other family members. Now, there's other family members. But I'm just trying to say this because, you have some people that are seem insensitive and, they'll come here and attack me thinking that, oh, Allison's innocent, leave her alone. You don't know. Yes, I do. I do know what it's like to lose somebody immediate in your own household, let alone family members outside of your household. I'm talking about in your own household. Like, you come home, that person, or in the case of my dog, they ain't there. Every time you walk by, they're not there. You got neighbors asking you, where's your spouse? Where's your child? Where's this? Where's your dog? People in the community, people on your job, where you go, you got to have these conversations. You can only stay quiet at some point in time. People are going to be asking. And then it brings up a whole heap of emotions and tears and you just like, this is some real stuff, man. Like, the struggle is real. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I had tattoos, I could have a ton of tattoos down my eyes. I've witnessed, including my dog, breathe their last breath, including my son, breathe his last breath. And there's others. I've seen death, y'all. So I know how this works. And I have not seen anything from this woman. This woman hadn't came out. She hadn't said nothing. She hadn't done nothing. She hadn't shown nothing. I don't buy these statements. It sounds like somebody, a publicist or somebody wrote it for her. Does it sound like somebody who's been going through something? Because when you're going through something, you don't say things like that. Like, when you're immediately dealing with loss. Like, can somebody in the chat make it plain for me? Y'all that have lost somebody, in those initial moments, you don't have the coherence. Like, you don't have it together to be putting stuff like that. Same thing. That's why I brought up with Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley ain't done nothing but posting. Talking about, I'm making a documentary. But you just lost your child, but you so torn up, you don't know whether you could take a bath or not. Man, get out of here with those lies. And people just eat it up and believe it all day long. Even the elect will be deceived. Just eating it up all day long. Y'all, I know when somebody grieving. I can just look at the person and tell if they grieving. I know when you got that look on your face. You just have that energy about you. You have that presence about you that you're dealing with loss. Okay? I know what it look like. I know what it smell like. I know what it feel like. And I ain't seen nothing from her. And this is why she not coming out. Because if she come out one time, I guarantee you, y'all, we'll be able to see it. We could take her videos. We could take her footage. We could look at it. We could analyze it. And we could see if we feel it. Because, you can feel when somebody loses something. There's something about the energy. You feel that they're genuine about the loss that they have. So it go on. All right, y'all. I ain't even got time to break this down. Like, this is ridiculous, man. Let's look at these comments real quick. Make sure y'all get the likes up. What's up, Cindy Lou? Thank you for the support. Dang, you lost 7 people. Oh my goodness. See? Okay. What Cindy Lou just said, that hit home. That hit home. What Cindy Lou just said right there, that's just like, it bring a whole flood of emotions about my own loss. Like, when somebody lost something, man. Look, okay, you have 2 people. I just said I lost individuals in my family, and Cindy Lou here says she lost a total. I can't even comprehend that in 1 year. I mean, I did lose a lot of family members last year too. Heck, I don't know. I don't know if it was 7, but I think it might have been like 4 or 5 or something. I don't know. It's still too much. 1 is too much. The point that I'm trying to make is that even Cindy Lou is saying she don't see any emotion from the wife. I don't see any emotion. Other people don't see any emotion. And all she's doing is hiding. She don't even act like she care. She doesn't even act like she cares. Y'all make sure y'all get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up. Y'all get the likes up. Lisa B, the reason why it looks like it's 70, I mean, I'm sorry, only 17 likes is because not enough, like you got to go out and come back in and like refresh it in order to see the updated likes. But still, we're doing pretty good on likes, but we can still have more likes. It clearly tells me there's some agents lurking in the background waiting to catch me slipping so they can come in here and troll me. Or, I'm just saying, y'all get the likes up though either way. Lisa B, I agree. They weren't getting along before all of this. They couldn't have been. It was all fronts. It's been all fronts. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Latoya. Okay. Latoya Moana says she lost 4 family. Oh my God. Your mom too? Oh God. Y'all pray for us. Pray for us and our family. Those of y'all that are believers. I don't want no wicked heathen praying for us. I just want believers. Y'all believe in the Most High, some form of fashion. Y'all pray for us. Y'all pray for all of us, Cindy Lou and Latoya Moana, and y'all pray for me and whoever else that's here. This just y'all pray for us. I can't even speak, y'all. Just see, this is what I'm talking about. When you truly lost somebody and you truly love them and you care, or multiple people, you can't even speak. You know what? You open up a whole nother can, Miss Latoya. You open up a whole nother can. Look, y'all pray for Norma. Gosh, man, I Miss King, man, I don't know if I could take this, y'all. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I could take this, man. We ain't lost too many people. Like this, what I'm. And y'all wonder why I'm covering this story. Y'all wonder why I'm on this woman. Because she looked highly suspect to me. And it like she only after his money. And always been competing with him. And the best way to beat him is to take him off of the map. Have him sacrificed. And then also get ownership of his money. Y'all, please pray for all of us, y'all. Because I don't even know what to say. Just pray for us. Like, we need y'all help. Because I don't care what time it is. I know Miss King says 2020. It don't matter. I don't care when it was. I don't care if it's 20, 30 years. Y'all pray for us and our families. Okay? Because we be feeling it at times and it catch up, it sneak up on you at times. You think you fine. You might even go years and boom, it just hits you. And this is why this is such a passionate issue with me when I cover these stories as well. That celebrities are not here. See, people think I just be doing this because I'm trying to get likes and views and I'm only doing. No, these are stories where I'm fighting for justice. When are we going to have a public viewing of the body? Okay, because they had a private funeral and then they said they're going to have a public funeral at some point. We don't hear no update about the public funeral or whatever, but then we hear about her trying to get his money. Y'all, I think I had all I could take. Between all of these losses, between me still struggling, dealing with just even my dog, like, this is crazy, man. Like, I think I need a break. I can't do it. I just can't do it right now. Like, I feel like y'all, all of y'all, I tell y'all, I care about y'all, I love about y'all, and it hits home on so many levels. Like, when you've been there, it hits home on levels that unless you've been there yourself, you just truly don't know. Like, I feel you. Like, you never stop. Like, it just, even if you stop crying, it just hits you. You don't get over it. Y'all, I'm fighting for justice for Twitch. Okay? I'm fighting for justice for all these people. Thank you so much, Sherry. Let me tell you something. I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate y'all's support, because it's been tough on me right now. I'm trying to keep content going. I'm trying to cover these stories. I'm trying to keep y'all updated. I'm trying to hold my job down. I have my spiritual reasons for doing what I do as well. I'm trying to keep going, but y'all, I have my moments where I feel like I don't want to come on live, and I don't want to do these things right now, because I'm just dealing with so much. And then I hear about you all dealing with things and other people, and I'm here as a life coach, a spiritual master, to be there for y'all. But again, it be heavy on me. So I appreciate y'all's support so much, because I'm trying to continue to go, and I'm fighting for justice for all these people. I'm keeping my eyes on Shanquella and Joe Mercer, Mark, like all the people I've covered, CJ Harris, everybody. I'm watching all these cases and more cases that I haven't even covered. I'm keeping my eyes and watching all of this. And sometimes when I first find out about things, it bring up a whole lot, and I can't even cover it right then and there when it breaks. Sometimes I got to take a moment. I might have to take hours, might have to take minutes, hours, or a day or days before I go back and cover the story. But I'm trying to cover these stories because I want justice here. I'm about to do some research, and I want to see what's what, see if I can find anything going on here that might help reveal some more information about Miss Allison Holker's character, because nobody seems to be examining her. She just get a pass to just run around and do what she wants. And might I add, even his mom. I'm going to have to try to do some research here. See if anything is out there. See if we can find anything. But it clearly looks like she's just going for the money. Because if she wasn't going for the money, she would have did what I said earlier. Fighting for his legacy, his cause, posting. We would have seen her speaking on his behalf. I mean, y'all, at some point in time, you got to come out and you got to say what happened. You got to speak on it. Why are these celebrities not speaking on it? I had to come out at some point in time and speak out to my neighbors about what happened just to my dog. We talking about just my dog alone, let alone my other family members. I had to tell them, look, you know they're going to start asking. I had to come out myself and speak to them and tell them, people in the community, family members, you got to make those tough calls. You've got to go through this at some point in time yourself. You got to come out of hiding and do it. Now, where's all this Dancing with the Stars support that Miss Allison Holker is receiving? Y'all remember that before? She's receiving all this support. Where's this support? Where are these people? Where are these people pushing for Stephen Twitch Boss? Where are these people coming out saying, yeah, I'm dancing for Twitch. This one's for Twitch. Where are them posting tributes and posting things on their videos? See, this is why I be telling you this stuff be fake. It be for show, and the sheep will be eating it up. Exactly. Lisa, I can't even talk, y'all. Lisa B says Columbus short done went ghost. Exactly. Where he at? He's supposed to care so much. Where he at? You know what's up, Deborah? Empaths in the house. She said empaths feel everyone's yeah, that's why like it's too much, y'all. I feel what's going on with the kids. I feel what's going on in the community with Twitch. And Miss Cindy Lou and like Miss Latoya Moana and I can't remember who everybody, y'all. Miss King, whoever else who said they lost. I think Norma said she lost. All of us, like, y'all, it's like overwhelmed. That's why you see me grab my head, because it's like overwhelming. And this is why I'm about to break camp. RZ, she knows Woman Network. She says great podcast and channels impasse. We have to take a break and refill. Exactly. Y'all, this is why sometimes I don't get to cover these stories breaking, because I'm breaking. So, you know what, Lisa B? Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. I'm going to look and see. I want to see what's up with this woman. You know, I've already offered her a chance to come on my platform, somebody else's platform, anyone's platform. And if she's truly grieving, etc., I want to hear that. We need to know this so we can support her as well. Do you see what I'm trying to say? If she truly is grieving, then she needs our support as well. But we haven't seen any signs or any moves or any proof or even heard from her that she truly is grieving. So, yep, I'm gonna do that. I got my crew here telling me I need to take care of myself. So y'all, I'm about to get out of here so I can get myself together and keep it going. Yep. Justice for takeoff. When I think about these situations, y'all, I think about everybody, all these people, famous and not famous, all our family members, everybody. Like, justice. Twitch deserved justice. What truly happened? That's the least we can do at this point to get this man justice. He's not here, so we can't do other things, but we could get to the bottom of it and find out who's who and what's what and try to get this man justice and at least put some respect on his name and give, some legacy. That's why he came through when I did the Spirit Box session. Yep, you're right. They need me too, so... Yep, my wifey and kid, they need me too. I'm definitely going. So, y'all, I'm about to get out of here. On that note, I know everybody's like, you need to go. I am going to go. Again, I'm doing this for justice, for Twitch and justice for everybody, because this is a passionate area with me, and we all deal with this transition of life. Whether it was fairly done or unfairly, whatever, we deal with it. So that's why I'm here. Stay tuned. I'm going to do any updates. I got some investigations to do. Okay. I got some things to keep me busy. One good thing to do is when you're dealing with loss is to keep moving and stay busy, not too busy, but it does help you to rechannel your focus into things that are productive. And I've already been covering these things even prior to my losses, at least some of them maybe. But the point that I'm trying to make is I'm going to continue to keep pressing forward. Okay, because we want justice for everybody. And I will do the same for you all. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. So, on that note, if you haven't subscribed, I kindly ask that you do so. Please hit the notification bell. Make sure all is selected so you know when I release new content and when I air my show. I generally try to put a thumbnail announcement out so that you all have an idea. Sometimes it may only be minutes before. It might be an hour, a couple of hours before, but I at least try to do an announcement when I go live. Okay. Stay tuned to that. Y'all, I'm just trying to belt this out so I can go. So my thoughts are kind of scattered. This is what I'm talking about. When someone's dealing with loss and you're thinking about other people that are dealing with loss, your brain's going to be scattered. You ain't going to have it together, be filming videos all the time like Ricky Smiley doing, selfie videos and doing all this stuff and putting out all these eloquent messages. Your brain's going to be gone. You ain't going to be, you're going to be gone. You ain't going to be together like that. Okay, it's a miracle. It's only by the grace of God that I'm even together the way that I am to even put out what I've been putting out with y'all, at least in the past week. I was going to say I'm also a life coach and spiritual master, consultant. So I'm still honoring the discount. If those of you that would like to book an appointment with me, if you want to know what the discount is, just message me. Okay, if you're serious about booking an appointment with me, then I will let you know what the discount is. You can hit me up on my social media. It's just brainwaves everywhere. Facebook brainwaves, IG brainwaves. You know what I'm saying? Just hit me up. You can also email me to information in the description box. So whatever prices you see, again, I'm offering discounts. Also, members, depending on what membership tier you're in, you get discounts as well. But I do my appointments via video chat, video recording, phone, and in person in the local Atlanta, Georgia area. So even with me going through this, I still been helping people. I still got clients. I still got to do what I got to do. I still got a family. I still got to play my role and do what I have to do. Okay, so if y'all need me, you prayed about it, you can't get any other answers, you need that godly counsel, you need me to shift energy, you need a spiritual cleanse, you need cord cutting, protect, like all types of stuff that you've tried to do and you're at wit's end, that's where I come into play in my appointment. So if you're serious, message me. I'll let you know about what the discount is, and et cetera, okay? Just stay tuned for more. I put out a video showing demon possession with Nicki Minaj. I struggled to be able to get that out because it kept getting blocked and blocked and blocked. So I had to put it together the best way that I could to present it to where YouTube wouldn't block it. And I have it. It's a YouTube short. Y'all know I put YouTube shorts showing a lot about these celebrities and their performances and possessions and little short things, stuff like that. So, check that out. That's the latest one I just dropped this morning. Nicki Minaj shows her demon possession with Roman. And y'all, like I said, I like these people. I like Nicki Minaj, as far as female artists. Like, I like her music. I'm not saying that I'm gonna absorb it and do all of that, but I mean, for the most part, she's one of the best rappers out right now. Obviously she put a lot of people on, but I still expose what goes on in the industry. We watch these actors, these movies, actresses, et cetera, et cetera. We play these video games. These people are out here in these positions, but it's my job still to expose what happens spiritually. So that's out there. I don't know, y'all. I think I'm just kind of rambling at this point because I'm going through. So I'm getting out of here. I said enough. Y'all know how to reach me. I'm still here for y'all if y'all need me, okay? So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Stay tuned for updates, especially with this Steven Twitch boss. I'm going to do some research, okay, as I've always been, in any other situations, all right? On that note, thank you all. Please make sure you hit the like button. Please share this video. Please share this video. I repeat, please share this video to your family and friends. I've done all the hard work. Share it to them. You know what I'm saying? And perhaps this could lead to, I don't know, somebody might have access to information and know and see this and could do something. I don't know. It could lead to some type of justice for Twitch, okay? Bottom line. On that note, if I don't speak to y'all again, have a great weekend. I'll be back with any updates that I have. It may even be tomorrow. This depends on how I feel. I don't know. So on that note, I'm going to send you all away. Until then, whether it's tomorrow or Monday, with love, with blessings, and with love.